The hidden parallels between Amaterasu and the Indian sun god. The deep layers of Asian mythology. Far to the east lies the island nation of Japan. At the heart of its mythology shines a radiant sun goddess, Amaterasu, Omikami, the divine light of heaven. Meanwhile, in the ancient cradle of civilization, India, we find another ruler of the heavens, Surya, the sun god. At first glance, these two worlds seem entirely separate in geography and culture. Yet what if the same mythological code has been engraved in both civilizations, passed down from antiquity to the present day? Tonight, we will unravel a grand mystery connecting Japan, India, and the deep layers of Asian mythology. Resonance of light, the universality of the sun god. The name Amaterasu means the great deity who illuminates the heavens. In contrast, the Vedic sun god Savitra derives from the Sanskrit root meaning one who shines, or one who brings light. The resemblance between Ama, mother, and Terasu, to illuminate, in Japanese, and Savitur, the shining deity, in Sanskrit, may not be mere coincidence. Some linguists suggest that the ancient root word for light carried a shared conceptual resonance across Eurasia. Even the calendar system ruled by Amaterasu, the solar cycles and seasonal divisions, corresponds perfectly with the Vedic idea that Surya governs the 12 months and the 4 seasons. This may hint at the existence of an ancient trans-Eurasian network of solar worship, a forgotten bridge of light that connected distant civilizations. The Divine Trinity, the drama of celestial order. In Japanese mythology, the heavens are ruled by the 3 precious children, Amaterasu, the sun, Tsukuyomi, the moon, and Susanoo, the sea and storms. Similarly, in Indian mythology, the celestial hierarchy centers around Surya, sun, Chandra, moon, and Indra, thunder and war. This recurring triad of sun, moon, and lightning represents a universal archetype, a cosmic template shared across Asia, symbolizing the balance of heaven. There are also striking narrative parallels. Amaterasu hides herself in a cave after being angered by her unruly brother Susanoo, plunging the world into darkness. In Indian mythology, too, tales of sibling conflict resulting in the loss of the sun's light appear repeatedly. Light versus darkness, order versus chaos. These universal mythological themes have echoed across continents, told and retold in different tongues, yet sharing one spiritual heartbeat. The structure of creation, a bridge to Buddhism. How did the world begin? In the Japanese creation myth, the god Izanagi purifies himself through misogi, a ritual cleansing from which divine beings are born, from his eyes, nose, and tears. This reflects a symbolic structure where the world emerges from the body of the god. Likewise, in the Indian myth of Purusha, the primordial cosmic being, the universe and the social order are born from the dismemberment of his body. These myths mirror each other, both expressing a shared cosmic vision of creation through divine embodiment. It was Buddhism, born in India and carried along the Silk Road, that later became the bridge connecting these two worlds, merging their sacred philosophies into one continuous spiritual lineage. Shinbutsu-Shūgō, the fusion of gods and Buddhas. The arrival of Buddhism dramatically transformed Japan's divine landscape. According to the Honji Suijaku doctrine, the theory of original substance and manifested trace, the native Japanese deities, kami, were believed to be temporary manifestations of Buddhas or bodhisattvas, appearing in local forms to guide and save the people. Amaterasu, the sun goddess, was identified with Dainichi Nyorai, Vairochana, the Buddha who represents the cosmic light of ultimate truth. Her brother Susanoo became associated with Gozu Tenno, an Indian-origin deity of disease and protection. Through this syncretism, Japan's native gods became deeply connected with India's divine pantheon, blending faiths across continents. This fusion of Shinto and Buddhism, known as Shinbutsu-Shūgō, stands as living proof that the mythologies of Japan and India were not merely parallel, they were spiritually intertwined. Polytheism and the spirit of tolerance. In Shinto, there are 8 million kami, while Hinduism reveres hundreds of millions of deities. Both traditions share a deep reverence for nature and an understanding that divinity resides in all things. The idea that many gods can coexist, that no single faith must exclude another, reflects a profound Asian wisdom born from ancient myth and reinforced through Buddhist philosophy. The unexpected parallels between Amaterasu and the Indian sun god reveal more than shared symbolism. They remind us that India and Japan, though distant, belong to a vast and interconnected spiritual world, an ancient cultural continuum that united Asia through the light of the divine. At its core, the Jomon spirit of Japan absorbed the beliefs, technologies, and philosophies of the peoples who crossed the seas, blending them into a unique cultural evolution that continues to shape Japanese language and tradition today. So how exactly did this great cultural fusion unfold? The fusion of Shinto and Buddhism, the birth of Shinbutsu-Shūgō. Along the Silk Road, many different religions spread across Asia. Japan too absorbed these new beliefs and cultures, blending them into its own traditions. During the political shift from the Soga clan to the Fujiwara clan, a remarkable transformation occurred. The fusion of Shinto and Buddhism, known as Shinbutsu-Shūgō. What is Shinbutsu-Shūgō? Shinbutsu-Shūgō refers to the syncretism of Shinto, Japan's indigenous religion, and Buddhism, which arrived in the 6th century. Shinto venerates nature and ancestors as divine beings, while Buddhism teaches salvation from the cycle of reincarnation through enlightenment. When these two belief systems intertwined, they gave rise to a uniquely Japanese form of spirituality. When and why did it begin? This fusion began between the late 6th and 7th centuries. Before Buddhism's arrival, Japan was a purely Shinto nation. Rather than rejecting one faith for the other, the Japanese found harmony between them. Politically, this helped ease resistance to the spread of Buddhism by integrating it with long-established Shinto practices. Moreover, Shinto focused on nature worship, but offered little about the afterlife. Buddhism filled this spiritual gap with its doctrines of rebirth and liberation, strengthening both traditions through mutual complement. A symbol of harmony, Kasuga Taisha and Kofukuji. Kasuga Taisha Shrine and Kofukuji Temple in Nara are iconic examples of Shinbutsu-Shūgō. Kasuga Taisha enshrines the deities of the Fujiwara clan, Takamikazuchi, Futsunushi, Ame no Koyane, and Himagami, while Kofukuji serves as the clan's Buddhist temple. The two sacred sites stand side by side, symbolizing the unity of gods and Buddhas within a single sacred space. At Oiwa Shrine in Ibaraki Prefecture, remnants of this syncretism can still be seen. A Buddhist temple gate preserved within the grounds of a Shinto shrine. This coexistence shows how Japan's spiritual evolution was never about exclusion, but about harmony. The blending of worlds, where gods and Buddhas walk together. Yasaka Shrine and the hidden origins of Kyoto's Gion Festival. In the ancient capital of Kyoto stands Yasaka Shrine, once known as Gion Kanshin-in, a sacred place where Shinto and Buddhism coexisted in harmony. Here, the Shinto god Susanoo no Mikoto merged with the Buddhist deity Gozu Tenno, protector against plagues and misfortune. During the Meiji Restoration, the government enforced the Shinbutsu Bunri Edict, separating Shinto from Buddhism. The shrine was renamed Yasaka Jinja, and its Buddhist elements were removed. Yet deep beneath its present form lies the memory of Shinbutsu-Shūgō, the fusion of gods and Buddhas that once defined Japan's spiritual heart. The origins of the Gion Festival. The Gion Festival, one of Japan's most famous celebrations, originated as a Buddhist ritual to drive away epidemics. It blended beliefs from India, China, and even West Asia. The name Yasaka itself may have Hebrew roots. In Hebrew, Yasaka combines Ya, God, and Saka, to watch or to expect, forming the meaning, God watches over. The Japanese word Yasaka may thus carry echoes of an ancient phrase, divine protection. Similarly, Gion is thought by some to derive from Zion, the sacred hill in Jerusalem. Over centuries, Zion in Hebrew became Zion in English, and perhaps Gion in Japan. Whether coincidence or memory, it reveals a mysterious resonance across cultures. The legend of Somin Shorai, a reflection of Passover. At the heart of the Gion faith lies the legend of Somin Shorai. The story tells of a poor man who offered hospitality to Susanoo, and in return, his descendants were spared from a deadly plague. This tale mirrors the Hebrew Passover, when the Israelites marked their doors with lamb's blood to escape divine judgment. Even today, the red torii gates of Japanese shrines are said to symbolize that same act of protection, the blood-marked doorway of salvation. The word Somin itself can mean the people's revival, echoing the Exodus, the rebirth of a nation through faith and deliverance. Noah's Ark and the Funahoko floats. The grand procession of Yamahoko floats takes place every year on July 17th, the very day, according to the Bible, when Noah's Ark came to rest upon the earth. Among these floats is the Funahoko, shaped like a ship, a striking parallel to the ark that carried life through the flood. The Tapestries of Gion, a forbidden story. Many floats in the Gion Festival are adorned with European tapestries. One depicts Rebecca offering water, a scene from the Hebrew Bible, Tanakh. It was created in the 18th century Flanders and donated by a wealthy merchant from Numazu. During Japan's Edo period, Christianity and the Bible were strictly banned. And yet, a biblical story was proudly displayed on the streets of Kyoto, a mysterious bridge between the East and the West, between forbidden faith and eternal tradition. The legacy of Shinbutsu-Shūgō. Through the centuries, Shinbutsu-Shūgō allowed Shinto shrines and Buddhist temples to blend into one another. Buddha statues stood within shrines, while Shinto deities were enshrined in temples. In many places, gods and Buddhas shared the same sacred ground. The Gion Festival stands as a living symbol of that harmony, where East meets West, myth meets faith, and humanity continues its timeless prayer for healing, for protection, and for rebirth. Gongen, the divine title, uniting gods and Buddhas. The word Gongen is one of the sacred titles given to Japanese deities. It originates from the Buddhist concept of Honji Suijaku, the idea that Japanese gods are manifestations or temporary forms of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas appearing in this world. The character Gon means temporary or provisional, as in Gon Dainagon, provisional counselor, and Gen means to appear. Thus, Gongen literally means a Buddha who appears in the temporary form of a Shinto deity. A famous example is found at Nikko Toshogu Shrine, where Tokugawa Ieyasu is enshrined as Tosho Daigongen. His Buddhist counterpart, or Honji, is the medicine Buddha, Yakushi Nyorai. In ancient India, the gods of Brahmanism and Hinduism were incorporated into Mahayana Buddhism as devas, protective celestial beings. Similarly, in Japan, native deities were integrated into Buddhism through the lens of Honji Suijaku, and the title Gongen became a bridge between the two faiths. The concept of Gongen represents more than theology. It symbolizes Japan's unique spiritual synthesis, where gods and Buddhas coexist, not in conflict, but in harmony. The difference between Honji Suijaku and Shinbutsu-Shūgō. The Honji Suijaku theory is a specific form of Shinbutsu-Shūgō, which defines the relationship between Shinto deities and Buddhist figures. According to this concept, the Japanese gods, kami, are actually the manifestations, Suijaku, of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas who appeared in this world to guide people. Their true original form, Honji, exists in the Buddhist realm. In contrast, Shinbutsu-Shūgō refers more broadly to the fusion of Shinto and Buddhism, a cultural and spiritual phenomenon in which rituals, beliefs, and practices intertwined over centuries. While Shinbutsu-Shūgō describes the overall blending of the two traditions, Honji Suijaku provides the philosophical explanation for how gods and Buddhas coexist within one faith. Summary: the fusion of Shinto and Buddhism, Shinbutsu-Shūgō, is one of the most important features of Japan's spiritual heritage. Through this union, both traditions enriched one another, creating a complex and deeply symbolic religious culture. Even today, you can still see traces of this harmony in temples and shrines all across Japan. When you visit these sacred places, take a moment to reflect on their shared origins, and you'll begin to see how Japan's spirituality transcends boundaries. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If this story stirred something within you, we invite you to subscribe, share your thoughts, and walk with us as we continue to uncover hidden threads in the fabric of human history.